You are listening to the Love and Money podcast, and today I have a very special guest. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having a brother. I appreciate it. We were able to work it out.
Okay, tell us who you are and what do you do?
My name is Shaka Zulu. Nah, maybe in a former life I might have been Shaka Zulu. My name is Messiah Equiano, born and bred from the south side of Chicago. You said tell you my name and what else? You said something else, my bad.
Yeah, what do you do?
Oh, well, sometimes I'm a male dancer on Tuesday nights. Now, I am a playwright, filmmaker, writer, director, actor, hustler, philanthropist, hopefully just an overall cool guy sometimes.
All right. What is your background?
Well, I'm from Chicago, born and raised between the south side of Chicago and the south suburbs of Chicago. I always went to school on the west side of Chicago for elementary schools, Catholic schools. My mom worked at Rush Perinatal Center for 30 years. So I just watched her have that get up and go every day. And that's where I get this relentlessness from, just that get up and go itness to myself. And then my father's a very prominent minister in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah, has a church on 55th in Indiana, Pastor Barrett. And he's been pastoring for over 50 years, about 53 years here in Chicago. And, from my parents, I get this, that hustler, that make it happen mentality. So it's a little bit of my background. I got 20 years of sales experience. I've sold everything from career builder to carpeting to phone service to plays, obviously, to you name it. Like I said, a boo-boo to the toilet if I needed to. But hopefully I won't need to.
Okay. You are hilarious. And sales, that's an important skill to have. So.
Yeah, I think you got to be funny, man. You got to be funny. I look up funny one-liners. Like, how people, you have your internet browser up on your phone, and then you go to your internet, you might have 1,000 pages open. I always keep one of my pages open to funny one-liners because, I say it all the time. You can make people laugh. They're going to want to be around you. They're going to want to hang out with you. They're going to want to invite you to things. They're going to want to be friends with you. They're going to want to come to your plays, whatever it might be. So, I try to be as funny as I can.
Okay. Messiah, what made you do a play?
It actually was an idea from a friend of mine. A couple of years ago, a gentleman by the name of Darian Albert, he was walking home from school and he was beaten to death. He was a student at Finger High School, God bless his soul. And that situation really, really affected me. And I wanted to do a movie just about lost potential. I've always been infatuated with the idea of worlds that don't exist as a result of the decisions that we make in life. So as an example, like right now, here it is, 5:07 p.m. on Sunday, you and I are doing this. But let's say if we decided to not be doing this, what would we be doing? There's a world that exists in that space of things that don't happen. So I just was infatuated and thought like, wow, Darian Albert, he's passed away. But what would have occurred had he lived? Maybe perhaps he would have been, the second Black president in the U.S. Perhaps he would have been a war hero. Perhaps he could have been a movie star. Who knows? And so I had an idea to make a movie like that. And a friend of mine was like, man, perhaps that's a really cool concept. Maybe you should do it as a play. And before that, I had never even thought about doing a play. said, play. I mean, and to be in no disrespect to Tyler Perry, anybody, but at that time, Tyler Perry was kind of he was emerging and he was doing his thing. But those are the only plays that I had kind of heard about. Just those funny, I guess hilarious type of plays, Medea type of plays. And I'm like, well, it's not that. It can't be something like that. She's like, no, a play can be anything. It could be funny, it could be dramatic. And so I just kind of started going to plays here in Chicago. Shout out to people like, huh?
Oh, I was just listening.
What'd you say?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just started going to plays here in Chicago. Shout out to people like John Ruffin and Shawani Manson and Goodman Theater and Court Theater. And I just went to as many plays as I could. Ralph J, people like that. I would just go to their plays. Rashonda Henderson, and I would just watch. I said, oh man, I can do this. I can do this, and that's where it came from. Just a suggestion from my friend, going to see some plays, and I'm like, all right, I can do this stuff, and it came from there.
Okay, that sounds deep. I'm sorry. So tell us about
too deep.
It's real. It's real life. Chicago.
Yeah.
But tell us more about your upcoming production, because you're doing it big.
Thank you. Well, yeah, so we got some new news. So When Mars Meets Venus, it's a stage play that I've been blessed to write, produce, and direct, and also star in. It touches on and explores the storyline of when this man named Mars, he meets this woman named Venus, and we follow their lives for 28 years. They meet and come together and like each other and end up loving each other and end up having children and getting married, and just all these twists and turns happen regarding their courtship and their relationship together. And we follow them as an audience to see what happens. And without giving too much away, but it definitely explores, man to woman relationships, mother to son relationships, father to daughter relationships. It touches on the dramatics of, perhaps, let's say if you or a person has a serious condition going on, and let's say they have a child or a son or a daughter that's grown. Would you, as a caring parent, tell your child about your affliction to inform them? But some parents, they may not, because they don't want their child to be fearful, or they don't want their child to be nervous that they might lose them. So it really just gives people thoughts about what they would do if they were in those particular situations. And, if you are a woman and you find that your man is cheating on you, what do you do in that type of situation? If you are a woman and you find out the man that you're dating is married, he lied to you. First, he told you that he was single. What would you do in that situation? If you are a brother and your sister tells you at 7 years old she's been molested, but not to tell anybody, what do you do in that situation? So I think that the play, I mean, it's hilarious. I've also done a play called a series called the Penis Monologues. And there's a segment of the play where our lead character, his name is Solomon, his penis comes out and talks to him. And I've just always been, one to explore the different things that we may not know about. If a penis could talk, what would it say? If a vagina could talk, what would it say? So long story short, we are exploring these type of scenarios and these types of situations within When Mars Meets Venus as well, without giving too much away.
Okay, it sounds interesting. So what can people expect? Is going to be more comedy or drama, or like a mixture?
Yeah, I mean, very, very much so a mixture of both. I'm a huge fan of, obviously, a huge fan of comedy. You got to have laughter. But I'm also a huge fan of drama. I think drama is what keeps people on the edge of their seats. They can laugh all day, but I think the drama is what keeps a story, keeps people's attention. I mean, yeah, people will laugh, but it's that drama. It's that what's gonna happen next? Or can you believe they said that or did that? That's what keeps people glued and not wanting to look down at their phones at a show or go to the bathroom. It's like, what's gonna happen next? Did you see that? Oh, it was the girl. She said it. She did it. It's the dramatics. I'm just a huge fan of it. So people can expect When Mars Meets Venus to have a unique approach with both of them.
Okay. Sounds interesting. So it's coming up pretty soon. When is it and what time?
All right, so here's the big announcement. So we were looking at this upcoming Saturday, November 13th, as our When Mars Meets Venus Arie Crown Theater premiere. However, we just got word that due to some logistics that are beyond our control, that our show has been rescheduled.
Okay.
It's been rescheduled to January 8th, 2022. So literally 8 weeks from today, or from yesterday. Our show has been rescheduled to January 8th. So for those that have already gotten tickets, thank you so much for your support. I think we had over 1,000 tickets sold for this upcoming the previous show for November 13th. So for those that are able to make it, you're in town, or things, you're still available January 8th, your ticket is still good. You don't have to do anything. We're just going to transfer that over to our January 8th show, and you're good to go. For those that have purchased tickets and they might be out of town on January 8th or just not able to make it, etc., and they need a refund, we will definitely, through Ticketmaster and through us as the cast, we will be sending out refunds. So we do appreciate the support and love. Chicago, we've been getting and receiving a lot of love. Again, this is something that is beyond my and the cast's control, but we are still rocking and rolling for sure for January 8th.
Okay. That's good to know. So When Venus Meets Mars, January 8th at the Arie Crown Theater.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. As far as your productions, do you plan to help upcoming actors in the future?
Do I plan to help upcoming actors?
Yes.
Yeah, as long as they're willing to help themselves. I'll do. Quite a few people ask me, man, I want to be in a show, and I'm all for, having auditions. The majority of my shows, I've had fresh faces. It's just this one, we previously did this production in 2019, prior to literally right before the pandemic, and so for the most part, I kept the same cast in place for When Mars Meets Venus. But I have a lot of different things that are coming up, whether it be for TV, film, as well as stage. So absolutely, I'm always open to seeing what other talent is out there. I believe Chicago definitely has a lot of unseen and unheard talent, or talent that I haven't necessarily worked with before. So I'll do my part. All I can do is put out the word that we're having auditions, and then these upcoming actors or these actors, hopefully they can come out, and then we can see what we can make happen.
Okay. Sounds good. So Messiah, what advice do you have for a new person who wants to do what you're doing?
Do it. That sounds so elementary, but I think that it's just real. You just got to do it. What take what your experiences, best practices, learn the game. Like I said, I went to plays from fellow playwrights and my contemporaries here in Chicago, or I might go to Atlanta and go see a show, or whatever city I might be in, Vegas, and I would just watch. I would watch, not just as an audience member, but I would watch the lighting. I would listen to the music. I would, the whole experience. I would look at the playbills. I would look at the ushers and see what they would dress and what they would have on. Just first and foremost, I think it's wise for a person to understand and know what part of the game they want to play. Just like basketball, either you are a center or a forward, or you're a point guard or a center or whatever. You have to know what your position is. And if you can play all the positions, I've had to literally play all the positions in my productions. But I think it's important. If you're going to write, then okay, be a writer. But you can still be just have a successful career as a producer or as a director or as an actor. So I think first and foremost, discover what it is that you are passionate about, that you're great at, that you would do for free or that you're naturally good at, and then build upon your skills. Then get out here and see what's out here as far as the market, see what the market is doing. And then I think there's a space between finding and seeing what the market has out there and then sliding in and delivering what it is that you can deliver to the game. Because to me, that's what it's all about. You know, what's going to make you different from me? What's going to make the next person different from Shakira? You know, it's like all about finding your own space within the game, within the, I call this, it's like a league. It's like the NBA or the NFL. This is a league. We are in a league of talented performers. So what's going to be your place in the game? And then once you figure that out, work your ass off and work smart. You know, I've really been doing my best to work smart over the years. I've learned different techniques and make your connections as much as possible. You know, no one man or no one woman is an island. You know, you have to have a team of people that believe in what you're doing, believe in what you all are doing, and go hard at it together. And I think, you know, get people to see your stuff, you know, because it makes, I mean, it's cool to produce, but at the same time, you know, this is a business. You know, you want to make some money. You know, you got to put food on the table, and in order to do that, you know, I've taken classes where your content and your script is just it's equally important as your marketing strategy. How you going to get people to see this? So, you know, unless you're just doing this just to be doing it because, you know, you wanted to make a movie or a stage play before you passed away. All right, great. Nobody wants to see it. You're going to put your movie on your mattress and nobody see it. Okay, cool. But if you're doing this as a business and you want to make money on it and you want to sustain yourself and your family, and I think figuring out how you're going to get your product to the people and how people are going to pay you and compensate you for it, I think that's key because you can definitely make a lot of money in this business. You know what I mean? But it's just about how you're going to do it.
Okay, sounds good. Asai, do you plan to do more filmmaking in the future?
Absolutely. I mean, I have scripts I've written, especially during this pandemic. I mean, I literally the last year and a half, that's really what I've just been doing, just writing and creating. So yeah, I have a couple TV pilots ready to go,
Wow.
some film scripts ready to go. You know, I'm always going to be on the stage. I think, you know, the stage is where you get your confidence, you get your rapport with yourself as a performer, you get your rapport with your audience. It's instant feedback. You know, if you tell a joke, if it's supposed to be something funny that's in the script and you tell it and nobody laughs, you know, that shows that perhaps you need to work on your delivery, or you can work on how you can say it better the next time, or work in the way that you can say it more comical the next time. You know, so I think getting out here and doing it, and you know, that leads to success.
Okay. Messiah, where can people go if they want to reach out to you personally?
They can go to first off, if you want to reach me and you really want to get my attention, you can Zelle me some money, y'all. Send me, send me some paper.
Thank you.
That gets my attention quick, fast, in a hurry. You want you want to, but honestly, I mean, we're laughing, but I think you know that can be an approach to getting attention. You know, in terms of like, if you're really interested in being an actor, even if it's $5. Like, oh, who does that send me $5? Oh, Messiah, who is this guy? Hey, thanks. And then you start a conversation from there. I mean, everything has to be an investment. These are investments that we're making. But other than that, I can definitely be found on Facebook and Instagram under Messiah Equiano. I don't do too much, you know, other social media besides that. I mean, I'm not on the TikToks and then I get it. You know, I'm just not that. I like to be on camera. I like to perform, but I'm just not the TikToky Snapchat guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got a Facebook page. I got an Instagram, and other than that, you can holler at me on the phone if you got my number.
Okay. And remind us one more time the name of the play, when it is, and where we can buy the tickets.
Yes, yes, yes. When Mars Meets Venus, Chicago. When Mars Meets Venus, premiering at the world-renowned Arie Crown Theater, January 8th, 2022. Doors open at 7 p.m. Showtime is 8 p.m. It is starring some amazing Chicago and worldwide known actors, such as Queen Khadijah Freeman, Jay Thurman, myself, Mona Lisa Brown, Alexander, David Leonard, Talia Ray, John Like, L.A. Holtz. We just added Frederick Paul Williams. I pray I'm not forgetting anybody. Tiffany Cole. I mean, it's just a phenomenal, dope cast, dope crew. Shout out to LaToya Gray, Kiara Stewart, Kiara Morgan, excuse me, Chris Morgan. I'm just, remembering all my people. Shout out to Global Events Productions, our promoter. This is my first time actually working with a promoter that, has really stepped up to the plate and, it's helping to make things happen on a grand scale, like, the Arie Crown Theater. So I'll be at January 8th. Doors open at 7. Showtime is 8. When Mars Meets Venus. Tickets can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com.
Okay, sounds good. And the last question, did you have any last words for the audience?
Yeah. Send me some money. Nah. Believe. And more than believe, know. Like, know that you have a voice. Know you have a purpose. Know that no one can tell the story like you can tell it. And we need it. And I will say that what keeps me going, even sometimes, even the other day, man, that was tough hearing that our show was rescheduled. Trust me, I mean, we have put weeks, months, and even for myself, years into this, you know what I mean? But always know that what keeps me going is, hopefully when I take my last breaths on this planet, which will hopefully be 100 years from now or more, I want to look back over my life and say, man, I did it. I gave it everything I had. As I take these last breaths, I'm not taking anything to the grave with me. I have given it all. I've done my best, and hopefully Almighty God would be pleased with that. And that's what keeps me going. And hopefully somebody can take something from that and say, man, even when those nights are long or those mornings are long and things might get tough, but just remember that in the end, you have to leave a legacy. You have to leave something that inspires the next generation of people. And hopefully that's what keeps me going. Hopefully that can keep others going as well.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for being on the show and sharing your story.
Thanks for having me. I sincerely appreciate you. Congratulations. Very proud of you. Looking forward to all the amazing things that are in store for you as well.
Thank you. And for the listeners, go ahead and get your ticket when Mars Meets Venus at the Arie Crown Theater. Ticketmaster.com.
Absolutely.